Alright, welcome to the weekly gaming quick save show recorded live, for some reason, every Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific time, right here on twitch.tv/BenReacts. Now, on this week's show, I'm going to be talking about all my favorite games so far, 2016. There have been a few, and also looking into the future. Now, there's some games I haven't played, so we're going to go into that. Also, I almost didn't even do a show today, because after this week, it is really just a bummer and shitty. It's really shitty what's going on. So I was kind of not feeling it, but I figure it's good to come here and talk about stupid video games, take a break from it all, right? Relax, have fun, maybe we're still allowed to have fun. Can we still do that, please? Can we go back to having fun? I would like that. I would really like that. So that's the dashboard. So if you want to know what my dashboard looks like, starting off, now I was going to pick 5 games, but I chose 6 because one of these games I picked came out last year, technically, so I'm breaking the rules already. But number 6, Salt and Sanctuary. I really loved Salt and Sanctuary. Yes, Coach Milan, I'm not going to be talking about that though. really, maybe later. But really enjoyed Salt and Sanctuary. I'm a big Dark Souls fan and a big Metroidvania fan, so this is kind of like two perfect things aligning. I don't think the game is itself perfect. It does have some issues, maybe some balance changes, some jumping little mechanical tweaks, but this is really maybe the first game since Aria of Sorrow where it's like a 2D Metroidvania that I loved. Metroidvania game that I loved. It's phenomenal. The moves you get, the double jumping, the little shift jumping around the world, super unique things, like reversing the gravity where you're going around, and maybe that's not super unique actually. Castlevania Symphony of the Night did that, but really enjoy this. Had to do some fantastic bosses that are really memorable. I remember, like, there's the first night guy. There's this crazy witch that shoots a bunch of weird spells. The dodge mechanic. It's very much Souls in 2D, and not in a way of like they're just copied Souls. Like, no, they distilled Dark Souls down into 2 dimensions and made something really compelling and really fun, and it does so many things well. Ton of fun. That's the bottom line at the end of all of this. At the end of everything, every single game or whatever I'll highlight, it's a ton of fun to play. Like, even with weird complaints I have, I do die. It's a ton of fun. Definitely recommend getting it. It's out now on Steam. I believe it came out a couple weeks ago. Totally worth it. It's got these crazy monster creatures too. There aren't games like this. I'm also really shitty apparently. There aren't a lot of the indie scene really has embraced Metroidvanias, but not like this. Not in the way that definitely feels old school in a really good way. A lot of these games, it's Metroidvania, but like Ori and the Blind Forest is Metroidvania, but not the same. It's not the same as this. Really fun. The art style puts you off. I can see that. It's not generic, but it is kind of, the coloring and the lighting really betrays it. That was one of my complaints about the game. Look how dark it is. But there are scenes that aren't as dark that are gorgeous, and it's very well animated, so it's got a great sense of style. It's got great artwork in there, but it's covered up with this like filtering, and the lighting is drab. It really just, it needs to shine. A game like this can be very beautiful. It needs to shine. But besides all that, the game itself is great. And if you're looking for something like that, it does not disappoint. It does not disappoint any fan of Symphony of the Night or even like Dark Souls. Even if you're just a fan of Dark Souls and you're like, ooh, 2D Dark Souls, it definitely fills that void too. It's not as hard. Especially towards the end of the game, you can really kind of game the system for some of these bosses. It's still fun though. So these enemies suck. There's some weird hit detection with them. Anyway, very fun game. So that's number 6, Salt and Sanctuary. Phenomenal. Also, strangely, a lot of views on it. I don't know why. Oh, I should close that. Okay. Now, completely switching gears is The Witness. And I first should say that my review of The Witness is like 40 minutes long, and it's basically me just yelling at this game for being like so close to perfection to me, and that's why it's like 5. It's number 5 on my weird list right now because I love puzzle games, specifically dumb, simple little puzzles like this, where I'm drawing little lines and it's a logical little progression, and then symbols get added and you're kind of solving a mystery on a puzzle board. Yeah, I will kind of echo my review in that 75% of The Witness is easily one of the best games I've ever played. Easily, I love it to death. And then the other 25% is infuriating because so the story is terrible and non-existent, and not terrible like it's objectively bad, but terrible in a way of like I don't care. There's no reason to be here. Why are all these stupid, poignant messages scattered around the world? They don't add anything. So there's that. Then there's the place like the Audio Bamboo Jungle where it's just infuriating to solve, and I do not like it. I do not understand. Even looking at the answers, I still don't understand why these are the answers. You didn't tell me. You didn't train me. And I love the rest of the game, though. I love the rest of the game so much. Just solving the puzzles. I'm about to go to the dual line Twin Snakes area, which is phenomenal. And the way it progresses through teaching you mechanics in areas like that, perfection. Perfection. That being said, though, I feel like if The Witness had just stopped trying to be so hoity-toity, we're not ever giving you a tutorial, we could have solved some more interesting puzzles. And you can see right there, this is how the game teaches you. Like, oh, I didn't do it right. Okay. You got to separate the colors. Maybe that's not a good week to say that. But these puzzles, like, even with my stupid complaints, you don't have to beat the sound place to beat the game. And maybe it's not about beating the game. Because, well, that's not true. Because if you beat everything, then you get to go to this little underground area, and there's even more puzzles. And that's what I wanted the whole game to be. Walking around this island isn't necessarily as interesting as like if you just gave me the puzzles, because the puzzles themselves are phenomenal. I loved it all for the vast majority of it. Solving, like looking at things like, oh shit, there's shadow. There's a shadow on this. Like that means something. That means something. Or seeing a new symbol and being like, okay, what does that do? And that's why I have some frustrations with it, is because there's certain symbols like the one that removes one mistake from the board. So you have to make one mistake and then complete the board. Stuff like that is underutilized, but I love it. I love all that it's, you know, like I can complain about the 25% I don't like, but that doesn't take away from the other 75% of the game where I was drawing notes and I used up like all my post-it notes to make Tetris blocks so I could fit them together on a thing in the physical space. And that week of playing this game, I was playing the game for like 5 hours at a time, not even meaning to, because it was so good. I really took to it, and maybe I should have done some of the shitty parts not at the end. I ended up doing like all the parts I didn't like right at the end, which kills it a little bit. But that being said, The Witness is phenomenal. Truly, there's no stop. You're doing the puzzle wrong. Stop. Like just looking at this, I'm like, yeah, I want to play The Witness game, and I really could. I'm not doing very well at this puzzle because this is something, you know, 6 months out you can come back and do all the puzzles again, and just do the puzzles I want to do, not the shitty sound puzzles. No, I'm not doing those. There, I'm a genius. Genius. Probably not a genius. Oh god, it's so fucking good. But I don't think there's a lot of, like, didn't IGN give it a 10? I don't think it's a 10. It's not perfect. People stop blowing this game. Pun, because Jonathan Blow. But it's really good. It's still really good. You can't discount it. My thumbs up review. Great significant other game. That's true. There's another game like that coming up on my list here to play with other people. It's a ton of fun, and like looking at the puzzles and seeing like, do I want to do this here or move that around here, or what if you try this? That's very true. It's very, can be collaborative. So I already talked about Dark Souls and how much I love Dark Souls. So Dark Souls 3, I'm disappointed by Dark Souls 3 in that it didn't blow my mind. But other than that, they basically delivered a very, very good sequel to Dark Souls 1, even though it was Dark Souls 2, but this is more of a direct sequel to Dark Souls 1. And they did, it basically checks all the boxes that you want from Dark Souls. And unlike other Dark Souls games, the middle is the weird, nebulous, not as interesting part in terms of difficulty and what you're doing. But the beginning, 10 hours, the last areas in the game, the final 5 areas or so, phenomenal. Phenomenal. And I just, there are moments like fighting this guy or fighting the boss, maybe it's not the one directly after this, but the one after it. Loved it. I love all the changes to the mechanics that make it a little faster. I loved Bloodborne. I got the platinum in Bloodborne. I played too much Bloodborne. It's great. I'm not as in love with this game as I am with Bloodborne. It definitely suffers from like, I've been here before. I've done these things. This isn't as interesting as this place in Dark Souls or this place in Dark Souls 2 or whatever. It definitely suffers from that. But when this game is on and good, it is some of the best stuff in the Souls series, and it's going to be really tough to go back. This is one of those games where it's like, why would I go back to Dark Souls 2? Why would I go back to Dark Souls 1? Like, unless I just want to play Dark Souls 1, but if you want the pure distillation of everything Souls is, you do not need to play 1 and 2. You can jump into 3. Now, it might be a little difficult. This is my first attempt against that boss. And then the next attempt is when I win. That's how I edit things. But it's like, the soul is there. Soul. It's not as intricate as Dark Souls 1 in terms of the world, but it still works very well. You're still going out on an adventure in some direction, not exactly knowing where you're going, and seeing unknown sights, seeing these bosses which are incredibly horrific. My favorite Souls game. I played them all. Yeah, I mean, I played and beat them all as well. I have to give the edge to Demon Souls just because it's like the first one I played. But from a gameplay perspective, 3 is hands down the most honed experience. It is the most polished. It is Dark Souls. Like, it is unabashedly Dark Souls. It does not try to be anything else. It does not try to do anything else. It's Dark Souls. Here it is. And that's great. That's some good shit right there. It doesn't need to be super amazing with all this other stuff. Like, could there have been surprises? And when I say surprises, I guess I mean something along the lines of, in Dark Souls 1, there are certain moments, like Sen's Fortress is like, whoa, this place is out of left field. I didn't expect something like this. Or then you go to Anor Londo, like, I didn't expect that to happen. Or when you're going to Seath and you can't see the platforms, like, I didn't expect this at all to happen. Or in the forest and there's all the ghosts of all the starting classes. Like, there's nothing quite like any of those areas. There's a few really interesting moments. A couple optional areas are very interesting. But I mean, maybe that's just not surprising because I played all the other Souls games. So, doesn't necessarily matter. It's so good. I love this boss fight, and then I love the one at the top of the castle, and then I guess is the second to last boss fight. That fight's phenomenal with the guy and then his like brother or sister or whatever like gets on him and starts just shooting magic at you. Loved that fight. Fucking some of the best fights in Souls. Period. Bar none. Some of the best bosses. Emphasis on dodging straight from Bloodborne. I really do want to see Bloodborne 2 though, because I love the regain mechanic with that, and I feel like it added something to it. By making it more of an action game, it made it different enough that it didn't feel like Dark Souls. And at this point, I've played, what? 1, 2, 3, maybe 400 hours of Dark Souls, like across the whole series. I played it enough where the differentiation of Bloodborne was very interesting. Archdragon Peak, that's true. That's true. That was really cool. But that's optional. That's the thing with a lot of these areas. Oh, but nothing's gonna beat, what is it, Ash Lake in Dark Souls 1? Where you go down, you're just like in this tree, you're like, what the fuck's going on? And then you drop down into this gorgeous vista, I guess you could call it, where you're underneath the world and the sand dunes and there's trees popping everywhere. That is unmatched in any of the other Souls games. That is, I'll never forget that area. I'll forget what it's called because I'm terrible at remembering that, but I will never forget that area. High Lord Wolfner followed by arriving at the Boreal Valley. I don't remember who won Game of the Year. No one did. We're not there yet. Will. Thanks for stopping by. I don't remember Wolfner specifically by name. Well, before arriving, followed up by arriving. Okay, the Boreal Valley was really cool. The place, I won't spoil it. I don't know why I won't spoil it, but the area from the other game that's in this isn't, I don't think, handled super well. It's just kind of like, hey, you want a reference? Alright, I guess I do. I mean, I was kind of fine with it being weird and vague, but if you're going to be on the nose, this is the area to pick. Did I have that thing up the whole time so I had the pause button? Oh, the giant skeleton. That was cool. That was cool, yes. I told you I'm very bad at names. I liked the boss right before that area too, with like the other dead bodies that would come up and help you, kind of. Sometimes that was very interesting. I really liked that boss. The skeleton was fine, but I realized very quickly, oh, attack the bracelets, and then it's like a 5-second fight. So I don't know. Maybe I screwed myself out of that one. I don't know how I figured that out. Probably an accident. Pokemon. I have not played Pokemon Go. There is no Pokemon Go portion. And I'll tell you why. I have a very hard time doing anything on my phone that's going to drain the battery. So I basically don't use my phone. I have to check email. I play Neko Atsume. It's a very fun kitty game with kitty cats. But yeah, what more can be said about Dark Souls 2? I wish they'd change some of the systems for like armor and weapons. I think Bloodborne had a really good system for that with the augments. Something not less complex, but less convoluted than that, because that was, here's 7,000 upgrade gems, and now I gotta sort through all of them to figure out what's the best one. I guess I could have sold all the other ones, but something along that would be very interesting. It could be argued that Dark Souls 3 tried to be a bit too referential to itself. That's true-ish. I can agree with that. I do like that stuff as well, but it's vague. It's vague enough where you're like, is this the same area? It's very different looking. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. It's not like they had Gravelord Nioh. They had like a big old casket and then like the dead body of Nioh sitting there. They didn't have that. They just, in terms of referential bullshit, they could have gone way further and been like, all right, guys, stop. But they didn't. And I kind of respect that. There was a lot of, oh, that's an amazing moment in Dark Souls 3 when in the the poison swamp area, which I forget the name of. Again, bad names. But you find the middle section, you take the elevator up, and it's the archway from Dark Souls 1. That was incredible. That's one of my favorite moments of the game. Was just seeing that, I was like, holy shit, this is all connected, and you can see the entire world from that vantage point. Didn't even spell Nioh. Right. I'm not acknowledging it, but that was an amazing moment in the game. Stop living in the past. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Where am I? Oh, I'm in the end game. This is where the game Dark Souls 3 really picks up again to me. This castle area. Moving on. Now Life is Strange did not come out this year, but I'm counting it because it technically came out as a collection physically this year, and I also think it's amazing. Is the ending disappointing? Sure. Don't really give a shit. This game delivers on everything I think story-based walking simulators, whatever the hell, are going for. How can I spell his name? I don't know who he is. I don't know, Will. You figure it out. You just do it. The way this game, I loved all the characterization in this game. You really feel for Max as she's going through all this stuff. She gets a rewind time power, and her friend from years ago comes back into her life, and dealing with their relationship and this superpower story, in a sense, how it's told is very, very compelling, very interesting. And if you're talking about an emotional experience, the start of chapter 4 is just, or I guess the end of chapter 3 rather, was just like being punched in the face by this game. It is unbelievable the stuff that happens along the way and how these characters interact and how this affected me. Like, this is a game I will always remember, and I loved it. Now the ending, no one gets the ending right. I guarantee you, no one's gonna like the ending of Game of Thrones. It's gonna be a disappointment. It's gonna be stupid. Blah 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 blah. Who cares? Every story is like that. All right, hype it up for you. Yeah. Every story is like that. So it's about the journey. It's about the choices. There are choices that happen in this game where you're like, oh no, that had to happen. That had to happen, right? Right? No, it didn't have to happen. That crazy thing that happens at the end of episode 2 didn't have to happen. And you start, or was it the end of episode 1? Doesn't matter. No, it's the end of episode 2. You start to look at these situations and see the possibilities, because what this game does, in these other story-based games, you're like, okay, am I going to be nice to this person? Okay, I'll pick this dialogue option. Or this guy's a dick. I'll pick this option. In this game, because you can rewind time, you can pick both options and see which one you want. So you'll be talking, which is fucking genius, by the way, genius. And then, not only that, not only do you get to see option A, where you're be a dick to this person, and option B, where you're a little nicer, you then get to pick one and live with the decision, knowing that you could have gone back and changed it if you really wanted to. And it really does. It's like, do I stick up for this person? I don't know. Is that going to ripple way down the line? Yes. Yes, it is. Now, are there plot holes? Sure. Is it a little goofy? Sure. You're fucking telling a story like this that's incredible. Comes out of nowhere. I mean, the mystery that they're solving, how it's all solved. I love the final. I'll say the ending is a letdown, but the stuff leading up to it is incredible. And the stuff you're starting to do with time, it's not necessarily time travel, but like the weird shit you do with it, it starts spiraling out of control. There are things going on that if you don't know, like if you don't know anything about the game, there are things that are going to happen and you're just like, I had no idea. I did not expect this at all. And now I'm just sitting here like, I don't know what to do with my life. I loved it. Loved it to pieces. Was the last time the game Life Truly is Strange, and they like high-fived. Jumped into the freeze frame. That would have been really cool. I would have liked that ending a lot. It would have been pretty funny. No, the ending is kind of a bummer in a weird way. I mean, I'm not gonna spoil it. But yeah, I think this game does it took like what Walking Dead started, and it just ran way the hell away with it. Incredible. There's only a couple parts of the game where I'd be like, nah, we can cut that. There's this one scene we have to collect bottles, and it's just super annoying. But besides that, it's fine. Oh yeah, you were saying playing games with your girlfriend or whoever. This is definitely a game you can play with someone and talk about as you're playing and see the reaction to certain things. Who high fives about life being changed? They probably would. They probably would. Chloe is a weird person. Max is a weird person. I love Max. I think the voice acting for Max is so, like, just spot on. Her characterization and how that all works fits perfectly. Loved it. Loved it. Now, can the game look better? Sure. But it's kind of in its own weird way. It's got a nice style. Hear nothing but good things. Yeah, I heard nothing but good things too. Went into it pretty blind. You get the time travel like at the beginning of the game, so it's not like I spoiled that. And it just starts. It's good. It's really good. I can't spoil anything about it. It's so phenomenally good. Loved it to death. That's why it's the number 3 game of the year. Didn't even come out this year. Don't care. Don't care. My show, I can do whatever I want. And I really do like snooping around. You do get to do that a lot. You get to snoop around and see what people have in their rooms and look at all of it, like this pregnancy test. This is part 2, so it's obviously an hour into the game. It's not like crazy. The pregnancy test doesn't really matter, does it? No, it's small ripples. Small ripples with larger ripples. And by the end, people can die. Very interesting. Very interesting. That's all I'll say. Also, there's this one bitch lady in this game who I just wanted to murder the entire time. She's the worst. And I don't remember by the end what happened. I think she was still a bitch. I think that's how we'll go. She's still a bitch. Now, Uncharted 4. I think Uncharted 1 through 3 are good to great at times. Parts of them are really good. Parts of them are super annoying. The jet ski portion. A lot of the shootouts in 2 and 3 and 1, more so 1, are not fun, not interesting. What 4 did was it had the courage to me to just be what it wanted to be. People complain about the pacing of the intro of this game, like the first half of it. I loved it. I loved how it just wanted to tell its story. And it would cut to the scene. Like, now there's some action, and now we're just going to have some platforming. And here's an entire chapter that's just a cutscene with you and Elena. And I loved that. I loved how it did that. People complain about the platforming. I don't mind the platforming. I think it's fun. It's simple. It's just kind of a goofy time. Fine with that. It all works together so well, and it does something. I mentioned the shooting. I do not think the shooting is amazing in 1 through 3. In 4, they fixed it to me where it's not all about shooting all the time. There's only 2 instances where I was like, that's too much. This is annoying. The rest of it, perfectly paced. And the stealth mechanics they added in there, I love. I love. Hiding in tall grass is stupid. But it's fun. And I will defend the fun. Super enjoyed the stealth. Marking enemies, hiding behind a doorway, grabbing them and hitting them around the wall with your momentum. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. It's so well acted and performed. And you might be thinking, well, they've all been like that. No. I just played through The Last of Us like a couple weeks ago. They've gotten even better. Everything is done better in Uncharted 4. That's what makes it better. From the climbing, to the puzzles, which are great, to the action set pieces, which aren't as memorable, let's say, but the one that's like the standout is easily one of the best moments in a video game I've played this year. Easily just that moment. It somehow manages to out Mad Max, the movie or the game, in that sequence, and it is just unbelievably good. That section of the game, I won't say what it is. They showed it at E3, half of it, or they showed all of it actually. So good. I loved this game, and I went into it going, all right, Uncharted. Like, I'm not super excited about this, but let's see what happens. And it blew me away. Easily one of the best looking games I've ever played. One of the best playing overall. It is a little long in the tooth. Fine, whatever. But what they've created here is just very, like, it's just so solid. Here's Uncharted, and we finally honed all the rough edges that really pissed me off before and made it this adventure, this globe-trotting adventure that it was, but now it's like, it's got this sense of fun in a way that the other games were, here's 30 guys for you to murder, and then you go another room, here's another 30 guys, and I'm just like, I don't fucking want to shoot. This shooting isn't very good in Uncharted, so I don't want to do it constantly. It's not that great. So you add the stealth, you reduce the shooting down, you add more of these, not necessarily heist moments, but things you're going into and solving the thing. And the last the game as it finally, I really, someone should hire you to just end things, because I would enjoy that. If Nate just turned to the camera and said, I guess it's all charted, and it did like the like that Looney Tunes and like circle closed it on him, that would have been amazing. No, the ending, to speak about the ending, I loved. I guess to go over endings that I think will disappoint people or aren't as amazing. This ending is exactly like, yeah, I like this ending a lot. I like this a lot. I like the new character Sam a lot. There's not enough Sully, but whatever. I can live with that, I guess. I was so surprised by this game and how much I liked it. So surprised. I did not expect to be like, oh yeah, Uncharted 4 is great. I expected to think it was good, just like I thought 1 through 3 were good, but this is the one game I keep thinking about. Like, I want to get this game, play through it again. I redboxed the game. Play through it again. Maybe, do some other stuff with it. Maybe go for the platinum. Who the fuck knows? Because it was good. It was really good. Came out of left field for me. I know everyone else was all excited. Couldn't stop sucking its dick. But it had to prove itself. Now I'll suck its dick. It's really good. The proverbial dick. That is sucked. I guess actually my number 1 game so far is also a game I didn't expect to like as much. Boop. And it's also a game that looks really dark on the screen. But Nioh, and this isn't even the game that's out. Just the Nioh Alpha Demo, which was 6 hours, longer than a lot of games. Yeah, the definition of stunning, yes. Uncharted 4 is a phenomenal game. So Nioh, again, going back to Dark Souls, going back to long-ass demos, it feels like Ninja Gaiden. It's Ninja Theory. People say it's like Onimusha, but I've never played Onimusha. Didn't have a PS2. It's like Dark Souls meets Ninja Gaiden to me. It definitely has that action game feel as you look through these menus. I've really picked a good spot. But the big difference here is the controls are a little changed, and you have stances. So you have like a high stance, which is very high stance, very powerful attacks. Slower, they use more ki, stamina, or whatever. Middle, which is like better for blocking, and low is super good for blocking. Medium, medium damage, medium stamina. Low damage, faster attacks. So you're very much balancing how fast I want to kill this guy. Oh, he's almost dead. Switch to a high stance and do a finishing blow. Or he's attacking me. Switch to mid stance. I need to block this. I need to defend. Just those changes right there to the Souls formula, add a ton. And this game is fast. It is a little different than Souls, but it's very much about picking, like, okay, there's the guy. I'm gonna poke in, aggro, pull back, fight. And if you can't see shit, so goddamn dark game, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. This was amazing. I don't believe it's coming out this year. They say it is. I don't believe them. Maybe in Japan. Maybe. There's another demo coming in about September? August? Month or two. And I'm very excited for that because this was unbelievably good. This game and its difficulty and it's just the change in setting, the change in how certain mechanics and dynamics worked in the gameplay made me feel like I was playing how I felt when I was playing Demon Souls for the first time. And not knowing any Souls secrets or any weird things that are now commonplace 6 years later. This felt like that. It was so good. So unbelievably good. And I love Ninja Gaiden. I will defend Ninja Gaiden 3. No one will do that. I liked it. I just like these games. Like Bayonetta type games. But mixed with Dark Souls, mixed with this different samurai setting is so good. The addition of this armor system that's completely different. You got magic, you got shuriken, you got this creature god that you can power up the thing for, and then you do a special attack, and now you're all powerful for a second. The bosses are very different and powerful. It's so about dodging and managing your ki, stamina, or whatever, more than others, or more than Dark Souls is at certain times. It's so good. If you like Nioh, you should really go back and play them. Retro 3 Onimusha. I don't have Onimusha though. Is there no? There's not on. It's not like. I don't even know if I had a way to play it. I'd be interested. It was always a game series of like, oh, if I had a PS2, I'd play that. That was always Onimusha to me. Like, oh, I'd play that, but I never did. Also, I don't know if that's retro, but it came out in the 2000s. I think for it to be retro, it has to at least be from the last century, right? I think that we can. I'll give you that. And retro, I think to me should be like Super Nintendo and older, but not a PS2 game. Tell me how to play it, and I'll try and play it because I would like to. I don't know how. Onimusha is just like a Ninja Gaiden game, right? It's just like a 3 fighting game. I'm assuming. I know there's demons. I know 3 took place in the present day or something. Some people were mad about that. But oh my god, how this feels and how the enemies are lurking and seeking you. It's very Dark Souls, but very not. It's very aggressive and fast. It's almost like Bloodborne in how aggressive it is, or how aggressive enemies are to you, and you are punished. I think they're going to change some of this though. If you lose all your stamina, you basically stop and stand still as someone just beats the shit out of you, and it's crazy. It is crazy good. I don't know if I'm explaining it very well at all, but I loved this to death. It is so good, way better than any other experience. Obviously, number 1 so far I've had this year. I was like, oh, Nioh, yeah, this looks cool. I love Dark Souls. I'll play this. Wow, this was something, especially coming off of Dark Souls 3, where I was like, yeah, this was really good, but it was more Dark Souls. This was Dark Souls, took a fork in the road to action crazy Ninja Town, and it really went there. And it seems like they're taking a lot of feedback from the fans from the demo. They did that whole blog post, a bunch of changes coming to the game, a bunch of other stuff. With a new demo coming up, which is probably just going to be the E3 demo. Maybe with a few changes. Also, I love how they're having 2 demos this year, and Gran Turismo had to cancel its beta so they could release on time because they didn't want to spend extra time making the beta. But this game has 2 demos. Like, it's just so weird. Different studios and different companies, how they do things. Neil's like, yeah, it's an alpha demo. Who the fuck knows? Here's another demo. I don't know. The game's still coming out this year, I guess. Stop making all these demos. So it sounds to me like the game's done, and they're just honing mechanics, and that's what they're using these demos for, which... Oh my god. I think the bosses need a little refinement. They're a little rough around the edges. They're not as smooth and perfect as Dark Souls 3 bosses, but whew. Whew boy. That was good. 2000s are so retro now. Didn't catch that demo. Yeah, it sucks that was a limited demo. You had to be online. There's a few online features very similar to Dark Souls. No, it was good. It's one of those things where, oh, if you beat the demo, you get something in the main game, which is cool. But that's a lie, because you beat that part of the demo and it prompts you to download the DLC, and then there's another 3 hours. There's an entire another area and boss fight in that demo. This, to give you, since you didn't play it, to give you a sense of how much is in this game, or in this demo that wasn't there, it would be the equivalent of giving you Dark Souls 3 and giving you up to that second boss, or yeah, the little frost pig man that charged you. It would be like that. There's that much content in the game. It's huge, huge. Half of that would have been fine, and I would have been pleased. But then it just keeps going. I'm like, I guess I'm playing this now. I guess I'm playing a whole fucking game. 6 something hours, 6.5 hours probably it took me to beat the whole thing. Loved it, loved it. Oh, there's hammers, and there's pole arms. Completely different styles, completely different uses. Obviously, hammers are slower all around. The pole arms, I didn't really use too much. I used when you first get them, but then I kind of just switched to swords and whatever. There's a mechanic that they're taking out or reducing, which was equipment degradation, and weapon degradation. That's a hard word to say. They're taking that out or modifying it because you did have to start, like, I guess I'll use a whetstone now because Jesus Christ, everything's broken. They're changing that, which is why I'm glad to hear they're listening. Fucking love it. Loved Nioh so much. So much. I like how my games of the year so far, too. I have a game that didn't even come out this year, technically, but technically did. And a game that's a demo. Oh, notable games that aren't on this. I didn't play Far Cry Primal. I don't know. Maybe I'll play it eventually. I didn't play The Division. I played the beta for The Division and thought, that was enough. 4 hours of The Division, that was fine. That was enough content, which is weird. More content in this than in The Division beta. Didn't play Mirror's Edge, but I don't think anyone was going to pick that on their game of the year. I think that might be the only other games, big games that came out so far. There's a couple I'll go over in the next section. The 2000s are not retro. I'm really just, because we got a lot of 90s nostalgia and whatever. I'm going to be really sad when we move away from that and it's 2000s nostalgia. But for what? Oh, was everyone excited when the Xbox came out? I'm like, I guess. I don't know. There wasn't weird candy and shit like the 90s had. There weren't crazy Nickelodeon stuff. Was it going to be? I guess it's just going to be SpongeBob forever because it's still on. I don't know. Nah. So that's my games of the year. Then I'm going to talk about what else could be game of the year. There's still some contenders. I could shuffle all this out. And a few games that came out earlier in the year, too, that I really want to play. Got on the Steam sale. Yippee skippy Steam sale. I clicked. I swear I clicked. Well, that made a lot of noise. I will never not second guess my spelling. Okay, here we go. Okay. So there's a bunch of games coming out in 2016, obviously. Now, there's a lot of games I don't give a shit about. So the new Call of Duty, probably won't play. Probably won't. Not into it. Battlefield 1, Gears of War 4, maybe. On Windows 10, maybe I'll play it. Actually, I might do that. I don't know. Who knows? I need to upgrade to Windows 10. That's neither here nor there. There are a bunch of games, and several of these I got from the Steam sale, that I think could be right up my alley and could be contenders for somewhere in my not very prestigious Game of the Year list. So, starting with Oxenfree, which came out earlier in the year on Xbox, was it? And then PC. Oh, it was Xbox and PC. So, got on the Steam sale. Excited to hear what this is. It's story-based. You're making choices. You're like, there's like a ghost or something. I don't really know. Very interested in seeing what this is. This very well could be a game I'm super into, but it also just could be a game I play. Can't be worse than Firewatch, which I really want to burn in a fire. Not ironically, just because fuck that plot hole-ridden disaster. Okay. Just have to get that out there. This Firewatch, Think about that plot. Think about that plot, and then you start to unravel this web of horrible decisions made by every character in the game. So, Hyper Light Drifter. Another game I got on the Steam, so I played. I wanted to just see it a little bit. I ended up playing for about 30 minutes. Wow. This game is gorgeous, and I feel very much scratches that itch that I want with this weird 2D action game. I really want to get back to it. It's very compelling. It's very Zelda-esque with different combat mechanics. Super into it. And look at this weird, crazy art it has. That's in the opening cutscene. In the opening cutscene, I was watching, I was like, this is fucking beautiful. And I didn't expect any of this. I was just like, weird indie fighty game. It's also made in Game Maker, which is incredible. I don't know how these people do these things. In Game Maker? Are you insane? Love it. So this of all the games on this list, I'm fairly confident this one will be on my top 10. Very much enjoyed what I played. Inside. Now, this picture's compelling, I guess. But I think Limbo is very overrated. I want to play through it again, actually, Limbo, and kind of poke around it. See if I like it more now. Older, I don't know. So everyone's loving Inside. Oh, it's this great game, whatever. But they said that about Limbo. And I don't trust these people. I don't trust them. I guess that's just all people. Because... Oh, Superhot. I do want to play Superhot. That is true. But Superhot's like $25, and even on the Steam sale, it was like $17. I'm not paying that much money for Superhot. I'm just not. So I'll pick that up at the end of the year. Maybe at the end of the year Steam sale, it'll be like $9. I'll pay $9, $10 for it. I know that's petty and stupid, but I don't have money to be buying all these games, especially Superhot, which is supposed to be like a 5-hour thing. I'm not paying that much for it. So it's a whole conundrum. But Inside, I'm suspicious of. But it could be really good. I want it to blow me away. But I don't expect it to. But it could. Limbo was good. The end of Limbo I really enjoyed. So, we'll see. No Man's Sky. Now that No Man's Sky has actually gone gold, I can start to become excited for it. Which is very happy news for me. And it's weird because it's been almost 3 years ago it was announced, 2.5-ish. You should do Game of the Year 2016 under $15. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm cheap, but if you're gonna go on sale, and I don't need it right now, I'll wait. You know, like I bought Dark Souls, and then wait for that. I bought the season pass because I know I want it. But I'll wait for other things. I know it's going to go on sale. I'll wait. I have patience. No Man's Sky, I don't know. I don't know if I will wait. Because at this point, I am becoming interested and excited for it. I do like the idea of this world I can just sit and fly around in. Or universe, galaxy, or whatever the hell. Universe, galaxy world. I do think this is going to disappoint a lot of people, this game. There's a lot of hype. This is why I haven't been hyping myself up for it at all and like not paying too much attention, because Why would I do that for 3 years? That's crazy. However, it could be something I really enjoy. Adding a little bit of combat, a little bit of gathering, and just going off into alien worlds. I'm super into that idea. I hope it executes on it. I want it to be, because there's like not a lot of stuff coming out and that I'm super interested in this year, for the rest of the year. I want it to be something amazing that I'm really gonna love. And that's it. I really just, I have high hopes for it. I know what it is. You're just flying around in space, and you find an alien, and you're shooting them, maybe, if they're there. Or maybe they're not there. But I love the idea of it. I love the scope of it. Again, I'm not going to pay $60. It's called Gamers Club Unlocked, 20% off. All video games. Haha, haha, will, ha. Ha. Where'd my mouse go? Okay. Now, Dishonored 2. I don't think Dishonored shows very well. I was not excited about Dishonored 1 when they showed it off at E3 and all these things. I played a demo of it at PAX in Dishonored 1 and it was like, okay, whatever. And I picked it up on a Steam sale a year or so later and loved it. I do not think Dishonored shows very well. It does not look exciting to me at all. They always show the combat. I never killed anyone in Dishonored 1. I have no interest in using that shitty combat. I don't even know if it's good. I'm just going to call it shitty. I love Dishonored 1. Dishonored 2, sure, totally down with. Totally there. 100%. 100%. Disheartened by what they showed and their emphasis on just killing everyone. I really like going in as a shadow and no one seeing me. That's what I want to play in a stealth game. I don't want to do all this combat shit. I don't care. I want to be in the shadows and slink and sloop around. Being able to play as two different characters, super compelling and interesting to me as well. Very, very hopeful because, like I said, not excited about the preview stuff for Dishonored 1. Loved it. Not excited about preview stuff for Dishonored 2. Hopefully. Could very well make the list. Now, will I play it this year? That's another question altogether. The Last Guardian. And also, speaking of will I play it this year, The Last Guardian is a big question mark. If it's received super well, yeah, maybe I'll play it. If it's not, then no. There's a lot of shit going on with this game, and I'm not getting involved. I'm not giving you $45 or whatever to fulfill your dream of 10 years making a game. I'd really enjoyed Shadow of the Colossus, though, so I'm hopeful. This is tenuous at best, though. Hopes down. Hopes down. Could be amazing. Maybe I'll redbox that. That's a good idea. Last Guardian redbox. Deus Ex. The original, the last reboot or whatever of Deus Ex, I loved. Phenomenal game. Really interesting storytelling, some choices. Stealth, again, stealth. Love it. Love stealth. Do it more. Now this looks like a shooting scene. It's also hard to find good pictures of this game, which is weird. But very excited. I'm intentionally not even watching anything. I've seen no gameplay for this game. Don't care. Don't care. It's going to come out, and I will play it eventually. Again, you know what? Maybe I should rename the stream to everything that's under $15 because I am super cheap now. Don't have money? You're going to have to wait, game. You're going to have to wait. Your name is not Dark Souls. I'm not buying you. Dead Rising 4 I will not wait for. And others. I love Dead Rising 4. I'm pretty sure I'm going to upgrade to Windows 10 so I can get it when it comes out on PC. Because, as I mentioned 10 seconds ago, I love Dead Rising. I've loved all of them. I've played all of them except for Off the Record, which is like Dead Rising 2 with Frank West. I don't really understand how that works, but I haven't played that. Loved them all. I think Dead Rising 1 with Dead Rising 3 mechanics would make the best one. This looks like they might be bringing it all together. Love the idea of it being at Christmas time. This is exciting for me. This is exciting. Dead Rising 4. I was hoping speaking of other games, I was hoping to be super excited for Crackdown 3. This year. Like now, right about now. Crackdown 3. No Crackdown 3. Okay. So honestly, in my opinion, the rest of this year is pretty light. And in terms of games I want to buy at release, not a lot for me for the rest of the year. Maybe No Man's Sky, Dead Rising 4 for sure, most likely. But beyond that, I could wait on a lot of these, get on a Steam sale, Steam sale. Those Steam sales are really good, if you're not, or like there's these other sites you can go to, not illegal, we're selling a CD key we stole off a truck in Uganda or wherever. It's in the Europe area, the Europe side of the world, over there. So that's it. I don't know if you can think of any other game, that's under $15, because apparently that's the only game I buy is under $15. I think that's a fair thing. All those games I got on the Steam sale are all under $15. Inside is $20. Take that, Will. Take that, jerk. Under $15. Alright, when I move, we can talk about anything you want. Anything at all. We can talk about balloons, goldfish crackers. I think I've mentioned that before. The goldfish crackers are really good. Talk about that. Goldfish are good. Otherwise, I'll call the show. There's no other and others. See, and others. And others? I don't know. Are there any other games? I can't think of any. I was looking at a list. I'm excited for the BioShock collection just to see what they did for the updates for 1 and 2. Even though it's just really going to be visual, but just to see it, just to see what it looks like. That could be super interesting. Pokemon Go memes. No. Oh my god. No Pokemon Go. I don't understand. Oh no, everyone's a Pokemon fan? Everyone's a Pokemon fan now. Okay, like what? It's so weird. Everyone's a fan now? I've never seen half these people talk about Pokemon. Now everyone's Pokemon and no. A bunch of crazies. Oh, I gotta do Pokemon. I gotta go outside now. No, you don't have to do any of it. You don't have to do any of it. You literally don't have to do it. Oh, I gotta go outside. There's a gym over there. No, you don't have to do that at all. You can stay inside and relax. Just relax a little bit. You don't need that Abra or whatever. You don't need it. You don't need it. For what? For what? For what? I get it. It's a free Pokemon game on your phone and you're super excited about it. Okay, that's cool. I don't want to do that. I don't want the GPS garbage. And then this GPS, no. I go outside. One, look how white I am. I'll melt in the sun. I'm not gonna go outside. I'm not gonna go outside at night. It's like those reflective things you put on bikes. That's what I look like, and the light shines on me in the dark. No, I'm not gonna go outside. You got the GPS bullshit. So drain your battery with GPS. I also don't like them watching where I'm going, which is nowhere, so I shouldn't care. Then we got the problem with it's using the camera to look around, draining battery there. Oh, it's augmented reality. They're just pasting a picture of a Pokemon over your camera. It's not jumping around the chairs and the tables. It's not knocking shit over. Well, I couldn't do that. So I don't understand what. It's just a picture of a Pokemon over the real world. Oh, it's in real space. Okay. Like, does that add anything for you? Does that really change anything for you? Oh, now you like Pokemon. Oh, before that was stupid. Oh, but now that I can walk around the Sandshrew, oh, now I enjoy it. Yeah, let me just tap my phone and throw Pokeballs. I'm catching a Pokemon. No, you're not doing anything. You are being an idiot outside. And then apparently there's these people I did see, speaking of memes, Pokemon Go help find a body. I did see that. I'm surprised that person found the body. Was the Squirtle just hiding on top of the body? Because how'd you get off your phone? You were so excited about this Pokemon game. How did you notice it? I'm not gonna look it up. There's what was it? I saw something about Pokemon. I don't care. No, it's who cares about Pokemon? It's just every time this is no one's gonna be playing this in a week, right? Is this gonna happen? Oh, that was what I saw. A sign on the outside of a Dairy Queen, I think it was, that just said Pokemon for paying customers only, because apparently there was some Pokemon there. That's funny, ha 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 ha. But I don't want to. I won't know. Maybe this is for people who leave their apartment. Maybe that's what this is for. Because I don't really go outside. Because it's really fucking hot in Arizona, and you do not go outside this time of year. Just don't do it. Also, Dead Rising, that's definitely what we're talking about. It's just, but are people going to be doing this for weeks and weeks? Who are like, I went out, we're driving around town today looking for Pokemon. How irresponsible are you? Why don't you be an adult and do something? You don't got bills? You're just wasting gas running around. Oh, the game's free, but I wasted a whole tank of gas riding around town for no goddamn reason. Why can't I just play a game? I don't want to do these features where I go around the world and I tap on things. Oh, I gotta go over here. Oh, I gotta defeat the gym. Oh, no. Let me play the game where I am. Going out in the world is interesting, but not that interesting. I don't think it's that. No. I'm hoping it dies down. It's only been out for like 2 days. Die down, please. Please, Pokemon Go, please. Maybe I'll play it. You know, maybe I'll play it and I'll give some impressions if there happens to be a Pokemon within the 10-foot radius of my apartment. Because I'm not going anywhere to get a Pokemon. Why? What does that do? What does catching this Pokemon even do? Nothing. It doesn't do anything. You get the Pokemon, and then what? You can't really battle other people. You could fight the gym. From what I understand, the fighting's not very good. So what are you doing? You just gotta catch them all of a sudden? Where are all these people coming from? Everyone liked Pokemon, sure, yes. But as of late, a lot of people, no one's talking about Pokemon. None of these people were talking about Pokemon. All of a sudden, they're super into Pokemon. I have downloaded it because it's super easy on the Google Store to just click it and it goes to your phone. So I downloaded it. It's sitting there saying, hey, Pokemon Go has been downloaded, but I haven't started it. Because maybe I'll try and catch a Pokemon. But like, I'm not gonna play it. I've never gotten into any mobile game. The reason why I play Nioh Alpha Demo is because it takes 30 seconds. And I killed 30 seconds and then I'm done. And I have to look at it again tomorrow or whatever. No, I'm not playing it. Well, I will play it, No. Then play it on stream. If there was a Pokemon in my apartment, that'd be funny. And then I could have it turn around. No. What is the game here? There's nothing. You're just collecting stuff, which is, I mean, I guess that's fine, but I'm not going to go out of my way to go someplace and get a Pokemon. That's crazy. That's something a crazy person does. Do you understand? That is something a crazy person does. No sane person says, hey, there's a Pokemon on this map. I'm going to drive 15 minutes to catch a Pokemon. No sane person does that. You wait a week, 2 weeks, a month. This is going to really have died down into the people that are super crazy. And not everyone. Everyone's so excited. Okay. Everyone was so excited about Miitomo too. What? Me what-o? Exactly-o. Okay. Stop being so excited. I should play it. I do have to play it so that I can shit all over it more. That is true. That is true. That is true. It can't be more disappointing than Firewatch. Can we talk about Firewatch? Piece of shit story that you made in that goddamn game. I'm not. Nah. I'm not gonna, no. Nope. You just better hope I start this app and there's actually a Pokemon near me. Because if there isn't, and there isn't, like, where I go, I'm not going out of my way. Then there's no Pokemon. Then it'll be the saddest Pokemon Go adventure where there's just nothing. I guess I'm a Poke Trainer and nothing today. Nothing ever. Are you honestly telling me that you wouldn't drive cross country for a Charizard if you had to? Yeah, a real Charizard? And is there a man selling Charizards? Like real ones that I can ride and spit fire at my enemies? Of which I don't really have any. Just people that I want to roast like marshmallows? Yes. You drive crunch to buy a real fire-breathing dragon. Okay? This is like Game of Thrones now. Exactly like Game of Thrones. That's how you do it. Not for a fictional creature that you can look at on your phone. That, by the way, you already have 10 games of and can have with you already. You don't need this one. What makes this one different? Let me ask you this. Can I put it in the world? Can I catch a Pokemon and then take out my phone and put it down so that I can see it on my table? Can I do that? That's interesting. I'm interested in that, I guess. But at the same time, why? The internet isn't real. The internet is more real than Pokemon Go. There is no purpose to Pokemon Go. There is no reason for any of it. The internet serves a purpose, information, etc. Pokemon Go. Pokemon, Oh no. Pokemon Go. I do like that it kind of sounds like Pokemango, like a mango. Pokemango. Cool new fruit recreated. Thanks, Nintendo. Why would I drive? Who is driving? If you drive cross country to get a Charizard, just drive off a cliff while you're doing it. Because you are not helping anything. What a waste of space you are. Cross country? Cross country? Who has this kind of time? I'm gonna take off work for a week so you can drive and get a Charizard? Are you crazy? You're crazy. Pokemon No was too easy. I avoided the joke. Well, I avoided and also did it. It doesn't... No. Just no. No. It's out of control. They're probably rock types. I was thinking about that, yeah. I do like rock types. I mean, I get one. You get like a Geodude. And Pokemon are cool. Pokemon Snap is cool. You know what? Okay, Will, I'll give you this. If this was Pokemon Snap, and the entire goal was like me just wandering around my real life and taking pictures of the Pokemon, I'd be way more into it. 100%. Way more into it. I don't have to sit there and battle. I don't have to deal with all the shenanigans. I'm just taking pictures. And then we can all go online and share our dumb little pictures of a Charizard sitting on my toilet. Like, picture. Fun times. Fun times for all. Catching them. I gotta go to a gym. I gotta do it. No. Pokemon Snap, though. Pokemon Snap Go. That's it. Pokemon Snap Go. I'm into that. I'll wait for Pokemon Snap Go. Perfect. Solved that problem. Next problem, please. I'll wait. I'll wait for the next problem. You guys can think about it. You think about the next problem I can solve, because I solved that one pretty well. Pokemon Snap Go. And if your first Pokemon is rock type, eat your hat. I said I liked rock Pokemon though. I could go get my phone. No, I'm tethered to everything. Do you want me to go get my phone? I'll start it right now. We'll see if there's a Pokemon. There is a camera in Pokemon Go. Yeah, it's my phone's camera. It's called my phone. All right. Hold on. I'll go get my phone. I'll get my phone and I'll start Pokemon Go's, and then we'll see. Okay? That's what this will do. I'll go get my phone. Hold on. Just wait. 5 seconds. Shit. Ow. This is unprecedented. Okay. Alright, hold on. Alright, hold on. Yeah. We're not on YouTube. Whew. Okay. I have my phone. Alright. Alright. Alright, Pokemon Go, starting up. Is it this one? Yeah. The Pokemon. Alright, just go, please. This is all I get. This is all I get to do. Are you doing anything? Thank you. Please enter your date of birth. Alright. Yeah, January 1st, 2016. That's definitely when I was born. GPS signal not found. I know! Let me just put my fucking day in. Jesus Christ. Stop. Because I have GPS turned off. Hold on. How do I do that? Oh, Jesus. What does this button do? How do I do this? There we go. Oh my god, I didn't mean to tap that. Fucking god. Sign up with Google, I guess. Remember to be alert at all times. Stay aware of your surroundings. Why don't you shut your fucking face? Can you hear it? Oh, it's not playing noise anymore. Yeah, I accept your terms. Can we vote on your... Yeah, sure. Hi there, I'm Professor Willow. Do you know this world is inhabited by creatures? No, I didn't. They can be found in every corner of the earth. I hope not. Some run across the plains, others fly across the skies. Some live in the mountains or in the forest. So anywhere! Just fucking say anywhere! I spent my whole life studying them and their regional distribution. Look at me, I'm fancy. Will you help me with my research? That's great. I didn't say yes or no. I was just looking for someone to help. I'm pretty sure you got all of Twitter to help you. You don't need me. Collect Pokemon from everywhere. Now choose your style for your adventure. Slowpoke. I want to be a girl. Can I be a girl? Be a girl. Alright, let's change her hair. I'm going to be a blonde girl. With a shitty hat. What, this is yellow. Yeah, she's going to be yellow for some reason. Yeah, yellow and black like a bumblebee. What is this, a backpack? Okay. So, see, she's very fashionable. Okay. It's very fashionable. Her head. What can I do with her head? Oh, it's skin color. Sure. Eyes. What's going on with our eyes? Blue. Blue looks good. I just made a blue-eyed blonde girl. Alright, thanks, Arian. 2? There's no one else in the chat, you guys. There's a Pokemon nearby. Stop rumbling. Here are some Pokeballs. These will help you catch one. Oh, look, there's a Charizard, a Bulbaman, and a Venimore. Use your camera to find Pokemon in the real world. Try it out. You can turn off with the AR button anytime. Yes, camera on. Okay. Okay, there he is. He's on top of my goldfish, which is funny. But he's like, this is exactly what I said. He's just floating around. Alright, do I have to, like, really be aiming, or? Oh shit, I do, okay. Alright, there you go. Stop getting emails, phone, please. Okay, it's catching. Loop, loop. Gotcha! Bulbasaur was caught. I got some experience and some orbs. Yeah. Bulbaman. Registered to the Pokemon Dex. Unfortunately. I can evolve him with 25 Poké dollars. Transfer. Congratulations, you caught your first Pokemon. You are such a talented Pokemon accountant. What should I call you? I just gave you a bunch of shit. Didn't ask your name. Alright. What should I call you? Okay. Enter the nickname that other trainers will use for you. What do you want to do? No, we'll do... I'm not putting farts in my name. Replace the farts with something else. I'm at the naming screen. It's very exciting. I'm sure. I'll put the 420 though, I think that's funny. Oh, I'm not gonna do Ben loves 420 though, that's stupid. Ben loves loving love. Okay. $4.20. Yeah, I got it. Ben loves loving love. $4.20. See? There you go. There you go. Try something shorter. You piece of shit. Alright, we're just gonna do love. Ben loves love. $4.20. Try something shorter. It doesn't even tell how much shorter. Just try something shorter, you idiot. Are you sure you want to be called Ben Loves Love 420? Yeah, sure. What the fuck? Get the fuck out. I'll never play this again. Alright. So here's where I live. The barren wasteland. Of the thing. Oh, it looks like my internet died. What do you know? What do you know? Oh, fuck, everything broke. You broke everything. Ben loves love 420. It made me have to do it again. It broke my internet. Yeah, an error has occurred. Oh, good. Well, now I'm caught in this infinite loop. It's a curse. I can't register with the server for my name. This is your fun game. Okay? This is your fun Pokemon game that you made. You did this. I can't, it doesn't work. The game does not work. Closing it. So yes, this is the end of the show. Where they made me play Pokemon Go, and I caught a Bulbasaur, but then the game doesn't work. Having fun? No, the game doesn't work. I told you. The game, it's trying to connect to a server, and then that doesn't work. It's like, oh, connection error. What's your name again? Blink-182. Is that Blink-182? And then I do it, and then it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Telling you. It broke my internet for a brief second, too. You see that? I saw that. Pokemon Go isn't 420 friendly. I guess not. I guess not. I'm not very friendly, 420 friendly. Oh, it's actually 420, too. Nah. Nah. No. Turn off location. I'll try Pokemon Go again later, and we'll see what happens. Okay. Probably not going to like it. You know, I'm going to edit this right here. To end the show, I'm going to edit this and make this a little bigger, because this should be a little bigger. Put it like that. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Merry Christmas. I do this every Friday for some reason. Usually I don't play Pokemon Go. 3 p.m. Pacific time. Happy birthday. I don't Pokemon Go. I don't. I'm not. Nope. I need to find a better overlay for this screen. It's kind of shitty. Thanks for hanging out. PC Gamer. That's still the best name. PC Gamer. I don't even know PC. Love it. I love it. So love it. But yeah, thanks Will. And thanks Cozy Malone. Cozy Malone's a cool name too. It's a curse, I'm telling you. It's a funny curse though. I enjoy it. It makes me laugh. You like my Pikmin shirt? I like my Pikmin shirt. Happy 420 Vape Nation. I want a full review of Pokemon Go next week. Write-up and all. The write-up's gonna just be no. No. No, 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 no. I caught a Bulbasaur and the game doesn't even let it work. It's too busy. With all you motherfuckers trying to go around the world capturing whatever. It's too busy. The server's too busy. Maybe I'll try it. I'll drive to work and I'll be looking around like a psychopath. Why would I just... Pokemon Go is out of control. Hello, St. Petersburg. The show's over. I'm over here now. I'm over here. Love that shirt. Yeah, the Pokemon shirt is awesome. I forget where I got it. It might have been the Pokemon store. It might have been the Nintendo store in New York. And I'm super excited for Pikmin 4. I love Pikmin. I'd totally play Pikmin. Pikmin 1, one of my favorite games of all time. So, so, so good. Pikmin 2, also amazing. Pikmin 3, still great. Still good. Still a good time. Club Penguin? You won't. No, I won't. I'm too old for Club Penguin. That was past my time. Way past my time. Anyway, the show's over. You killed it with your Pokemangos. Out of control. Goodbye. Merry Christmas. I'm not playing it. I'm not catching no Pokemon. No. No.